excited. We heard for a new your sing that we've been playing here, The Call.
Yeah.
Everyone loves that song. It's just a great worship song, and we just really love playing it. I'm glad we could support you here. But today,
yes,
today is a national holiday because your entire project is released now, today on iTunes and in stores, Amazon, Google Play.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Man, it was surreal. Like, it's been promoting and getting ready for this big day, but then when it's actually here, you're still like, oh wow, this is the day. So yeah, it's mind blowing.
So you've been holding this music and you've been listening to it for a long time. So now knowing that everybody's going to be able to kind of get their hands
on it and
really
experience it, it's a joy.
This is a self-titled album?
It is. It's titled The Call. Just
okay.
like the single, but just the full album now.
Awesome.
It made sense.
Right.
Makes sense. Make it easy.
I love it. And then, you don't have to have like that learning factor. It's like, when you say The Call now, everybody goes, oh, Isabel Davis.
Right.
I love that song. That's good. How's it been? Is this your first project?
Yes, it is. This is my first project. So this is a big deal. It's really big,
What made you want to get into this thing, not into music, but into this thing we call the music industry, to take your music, like I say, further than you can physically take it yourself? Like, what made you want to push to that next level, I guess?
So my Bishop Lester Love, he heard from the Lord for me, and he gave me a word, a directive to really start moving in the direction concerning my personal ministry, which is something that I always knew I was supposed to be doing outside of worship leader. I knew because of confirmation from prophets and things like that it was bigger than the four walls of, a church. But that's a terrifying thing, Right. So out of obedience, I said, all right, Lord, if this is your word, and I know that it was his voice, I moved in that direction. And it was then that the Lord really began to open up doors that were otherwise closed. Right. And, that's how the whole, Uncle G, promotions family. And yes, shout out to Uncle G. Levester White, his intern, like he was sharing with you, actually came across the video of The Call and was like, you gotta see this, know. And so it wasn't something that I said, I want to break into the industry. It was like God had already had this divine plan.
Amen.
And I just followed his footsteps. And from then on, God decided to just kiss the season and anoint it and bless it and open doors that I couldn't open myself. And so I'm honored, I'm humbled, I'm super grateful for, just the opportunity to be the vessel that God chose to minister the song, The Call.
Yeah. Because
just hearing the testimonies and even just reading the testimonies under the YouTube video, it's just, I'll sit there and weep because God he's just blowing my mind with it, and just seeing healings, supernatural healings taking place and things like that in and through the song. It's overwhelming.
People can hear your heart. They can hear your worship. And I tell people all the time, the worship has to start with you first.
Yeah.
So if I'm worshiping, it's almost like a magnet. It just draws other people in.
That's
because,
so true.
Yeah, and they're not drawn to Isabel. They're not, they're not saying, oh, she's cute. She has a nice voice, but they're drawn to the worship. And then it's like, and she's cute. And her voice is the bomb.com. Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want some of that. Our job is to make Jesus look good.
Yeah,
and then
to
people
make him famous and make him, like you said, oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. If I can bring you to the feet of Jesus, if I can just get you into the presence of God, listen, he'll do the rest.
That's right.
So that's my passion.
I'm speaking with gospel recording artist Isabel Davis. You know her song. We played it here on the station, The Call. I'm going to hold her lock, stock, and key for a little bit longer because I'm going to play another single from her record. In the studio with me is gospel recording artist Isabel Davis. I'm having the best time ever.
Me too.
Her latest project is entitled The Call. It is available now on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play. It's a joy to have you here with me today. You are somebody's mommy.
I am.
You just had a baby. Tell me about that.
Yeah.
Without the scream and the epidural and stuff.
I call it, it's God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit, God the epidural.
Yes.
But yeah, my baby boy Kingston is 4 months old now, and we're getting rest now. He's sleeping through the night.
Good.
Praise God. But it's such a joy to just be a mommy. Like I love, it gets chaotic at times, but I love being a mom. I love it. It's such a blessing, and. So Daddy's home. He's taking good care of the
all
baby.
3
Yes,
kids.
that's right. Thankfully, my mom is there to help as well.
Awesome.
So take some of the chaos out of there. But yeah, he's amazing as a husband, as a father. He's very hands on.
Shout out.
He changes diapers, y'all. I love it. I love it. I love it. So.
Your song, The Call, has gotten over, let's just say, 1.2 million views on
wild.
YouTube. That's
Wild.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
It's March. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild. I am overwhelmed by it. Uncle G tells me it's recently being considered for Grammys.
Nice.
So I'm like, what?
Yeah.
The Lord is amazing.
That'd
So
be
amazing.
good.
And like I was sharing with you earlier, just going to YouTube, there are times where I'll just sit down and I want to see how it's impacted people, and they just bear their whole soul. They'll just pour out, and it's such a blessing to be able to read those kind of testimonies, how just to see how God works. We know how he works,
Right.
I've been in this thing for a minute.
Okay.
But just to see it and to read, that God is using one song to
Right.
change people. And one in particular, a guy had strayed away from God, didn't want anything to do with God, and he heard the song, and immediately it was like something inside of him quickened, and he wanted that nearness again, came back
Awesome.
to the Lord. And that's what ministry is all about. It's about helping, giving service or aid to God's people.
That's
So,
what you want.
amen.
A whole record full of stuff. You don't have to just have The Call. You can have the whole project. Well, can we hear like a new song now? Another one?
Of course you can.
What's the name of this
Anything for
one? I
you.
like this.
This one is titled Jesus, We Love You.
We sure do.
We do.
At the Sound of Praise.
We lavish our love on you, Jesus. We pour it out, pour it out, pour it out.
My cousin Janice Nelson Briley just texted me and said, "Who is that? Whose record are you playing?"
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh my
this
gosh.
is gospel recording artist Isabel Davis,
Yes.
and that is her latest single. It's entitled Jesus, We Love You. I have to be on the air until 3 o'clock today, so I'm trying not to do the ugly praise, but sometimes it takes that. Isabel Davis, thank you for your yes. It's one thing to know, to get the call and to have it confirmed. It's another thing to say yes to it. Thank you for your yes. I pray exponential blessings over you. Pray God covers your babies, covers your marriage while you're out here doing his business. I pray that he takes care of your business, and I hope that he blows your mind. I don't even know where you came from. Just in terms of industries, a lot of people have pedigree. I sang with this one, I did this with that one, but I was sitting here thinking, I need to remember to ask her. I kind of don't care. I'm glad that you're here now and that you are here. And whoever you sang with before, God bless them. Whoever you did before, God bless it. But this is your moment now. This is your time now. And I pray that God just exponentially blesses you beyond blessings. What would you give an encouraging word to somebody that's a mom, that's a wife, that is a worship leader, that's now trying to, being an artist, like how to juggle all of those things? I know what I tell people, but you're a little bit younger than me. What would you tell, a lot younger, okay? What would you tell somebody just starting out with that juggle?
It is a lot to juggle, and not to be deep, but genuinely and authentically and literally, it's staying and creating space for the presence of God. It's what keeps you focused. It's what, when I talk to God, I ask him things like, Lord, help me to be the mommy that my babies need me to be, the wife that my husband needs me to be, the minister that my team and my church need me to be. God answers those prayers, you know, and he really does cause it to almost supernaturally happen, because I'm one person, like I can't do that on my own, you know, and it does take a village concerning babies and things like that, but really it's the Holy Spirit that will enable you to be able to do those things and do them in excellence. Maybe not so much a balance, I don't know if that's a word I would use, but not with 2 toddlers and a new baby, but you know, he really does lead us and guide us and allow us to do it well.
I completely adore you.
I adore you more.
Thank you for
Kindred
coming.
spirit.
Thank you for coming to see us at the Sound of Praise.
Thank you for
And
having
anytime
me.
you want to come back,
We'll be back.
yes,
Trust me.
be back here. Thank you, Uncle G.
Thank you for
Always
having
supporting
us.
the best in gospel music. It's the Sound of Praise. We're out of here. We're gone. Be back.